So yogis sit… you heard that story about Sri Brahma sitting and asking them to cover up with mud. Because he's checking out for himself whether he is really a Siddha or not. Once the mud is covered, he cannot breathe. No breath, no light. See, without light and air you cannot live actually. No breath. First, people learn practicing by cutting off the light. And then cutting off the food, cutting off the water, then cutting off the air. So once you're no more dependent upon the external manifestation of the five elements in the world, you are a Siddha. Once you're a Siddha, you are no more a part of the creation, you are the creator himself.
Once, there was a yogi in South India, and he lived in a cave in the mountains. He was doing his sadhana and living there by himself. There in the cave, a rat also made its home. The yogi noticed his companion, made little space for him, and also started feeding him. The rat grew fat on the food that the yogi was giving. And one day, the rat just went out and a cat saw food in rat, the yogi's food, and went after him. Because he had grown fat on the food that was being thrown at him, he couldn't really handle his own survival by escaping. So he ran into Yogi's lap, fell into Yogi's lap and cried, "This cat is going to kill me." The yogi held the rat and chased away the cat. Then he thought, this rat is going to have problems like this now that the cat has seen a fat rat. It is going to prowl around and wait. So, for its safety, yogi told the rat, "Say, I will make you into a cat so that you will be safe." So he made the rat into a cat and fed the cat. The cat grew fat. And one day the cat went out. A hunting dog saw this cat and went after him. Once again, because the cat had grown fat with yogi's food, he is not able to handle his own survival. He ran straight to the yogi and fell in his lap and said, "The dog is going to kill me." The yogi held the cat and chased away the dog, then decided to… said, for its safety, the best thing is, it becomes a big dog. So he made the cat into a big dog. The dog, also he fed the dog. The dog grew fat and went out one day. A tiger saw this fat dog and went after him. The dog came running and fell in yogi's lap and again said, "The tiger is going to kill me." The yogi chased away the tiger and said, "I will make you into a tiger so that you have no such problems." He made the rat, which was a dog right now, into a tiger. So he became a tiger and yogi continued to feed the tiger. The tiger went about in the forest. He enjoyed it. If he just growls, everybody runs. He just enjoyed being a tiger. But it started bothering him. Everybody in the forest thinks I am a tiger. The secret that I am actually a rat, only the yogi knows. If I eat him up, if I kill him and eat him, nobody will know that I am a rat. Everybody will really think I am a tiger. He got this idea. So he approached the yogi. The yogi saw the intention of the tiger. He saw, oh, I gave him things that he's not ready for, and made him once again into a rat. These things are constantly happening in your lives. Always people are asking, okay, somebody else is like that, why not me? What about me? If things come to you before you're ready for it, it will not be a blessing. Best things I'm talking about. If the best things happen to you before you're ready for it, it will not be a blessing in your experience, it'll become a great difficulty. You will not be able to handle it. Whether it is material well-being or spiritual well-being or great experiences or whatever, unless you evolve yourself into a certain stage, it will anyway happen. Your business on the spiritual path is just to keep yourself receptive, not expect or demand as to what should happen. I am not that kind of yogi. I won't do anything before time. But if something comes to you before your time, it will not be a blessing. So the best thing is always just to keep yourself receptive and do what you have to do. What has to happen will anyway happen. In India we have this practice, especially if you plant a mango tree. The second year itself, mango tree will flower. If you let it be, it'll become full of fruit. The plant will be only this much. By end of January, February, it'll be full of flower. If you let it be, lot of fruit will come. If you do that, if you allow the fruit to come, the plant will be ruined. It will not grow properly. So the second year when the mango flower comes, we pluck off all the flowers, we won't let it fruit. Next year mango flower comes, we'll pluck off everything. Only fourth, fifth year we will allow it to happen. That too, fourth year we will pluck off half of it and leave half. After fifth year we will let it fruit. If you let it fruit in the second year itself, that tree will never grow to its full size. Any number of wild trees, mango trees you see, they never grew to full size because nobody did this plucking job. It's destructive at that point, but that's needed. Otherwise, what needs to happen will not happen. This misplaced, people who are loaded with morality, some of you you have too much of misplaced compassion. Many years ago, when I was in the farm, the bulls or the bullocks which are used for work, both for ploughing and for the bullock cart, which is in India still about 45 to 50% of the cargo in India still at some stage travels on a bullock cart, if you don't know this. There are trucks, there are trains, there are everything, but still 45 to 50% of the cargo in India still travels on a bullock cart, at least in its early stage, from farm down to the market somewhere. So every farm has bulls and carts, this is normal. So I had these two bulls, and if you treat them well and if you take care of them, they really are good, They act like your friends and they're very responsive. You can have a certain kind of rapport and relationship with them. Like people have very close and dear relationships with dogs. Similarly, people have very close relationships with cows and bulls. So these two bulls are good and they're handsome young men. So, periodically, you have to do like you have the horseshoe for the horses. Similarly, a similar shoe, actually a horseshoe of a slightly different size, also goes into the bull's toes. The way it is done, with the horses you can do it, have the horses standing and do it. With the bulls, it's not possible to do that. They have to put the bulls down on the floor and it's quite a terrible affair when it's being done. I just saw this whole… A couple of times this guy came and did it, and the way he was doing it, I thought, where is it needed? I have stopped using the cart. My bulls won't go on the road. It only walks on the, unpaved surfaces. So I thought, don't want this horseshoe for my bull. There's no bull shoe, okay? Because they looked so sad and painful when they were put down and they're being nailed. Looked like crucifixion. So, this particular shoe wore out and I refused to, the thing. That guy comes periodically, once in 2 months, he wants to put a new shoe, that's his livelihood. He came again and again, I said, no shoes. He said, it's not good. I said, it doesn't matter. Then I found, after 8 months, my bulls were in such a bad state. Their toes spread out like that, and they were really suffering because I had not put the shoe. Then I thought, what happened to my sense? Misplaced compassion. If the shoes were there, even if it goes through half an hour of pain, then they will be fine. Now to avoid that half an hour of pain, now they're all the time painful. It took a lot of work and in many ways, this decision curtailed their life itself. So, on the spiritual path, saints are very compassionate. Gurus are just brutal. Saints just bless and say, let everything happen to you, or, let the best happen to you. A guru is brutal. He will only let those things that need to happen, happen. Rest of it, he won't let it happen. And ultimately it'll pay. Ultimately it'll definitely pay. So those of you who are wondering and struggling, comparing yourself to somebody else, that's not how it is.
Namaskaram Sadhguru. Could you speak about what kind of preparation is required to progress from practicing Ardha Siddhasana to the full Siddhasana?
To be in a state of Siddhi means to be in a certain state of establishment. That means the looseness is gone. You're in a state of Siddhi, so you're a Siddha. That means you organize your energies in such a way that it is completely integrated. Your… generally life is interdependent. Your interdependency is constantly being brought down with the practice of yoga. Your dependence on the toilet is slowly going down, isn't it? Food also going down. Actually, if you check it, air also is going down. Because you breathe deeper and slower, easily 2 minutes you could stay without breath, in which other people would suffocate. Siddha means that you're trying to integrate the system into an established state where the interdependency of life is coming down on all levels. To a point, a day will come when if you sit here, everything is still. Your breath is gone, everything is gone, there is no transaction with the outside, that's the ultimate goal. That if you sit here, you are a cosmos by yourself. You are not a part of the rest of the creation. When you are no more the part of the rest of the creation, you exist here as a creator. So Siddha or Siddhasana is a journey in that direction. How many people get to that place is a different thing, but it is a journey in the direction. So yogis sit. You heard that story about Sri Brahma sitting and asking them to cover up with mud. Because he's checking out for himself whether he is really a Siddha or not. Once the mud is covered, he cannot breathe. No breath, no light. See, without light and air you cannot live actually. No breath. First, people learn practicing by cutting off the light. And then cutting off the food, cutting off the water, then cutting off the air. So once you're no more dependent upon the external manifestation of the five elements in the world, you are a Siddha. Once you're a Siddha, you are no more a part of the creation, you are the creator himself. That is why a yogi who is a Siddha and Shiva as seen as the same, they say he is Shiva. In his previous form, he was referred to as Shiva Yogi. So, Ardha Siddhasana means you want to be stable, but you want to leave the door open. Door half open, because you have a wife. If you become a Siddha, where will she go? She will not know how to be with you, she cannot be with you. And if you force yourself to be, if you are established in a certain way and force yourself to be, then you will be breaking something, either in this or that. So, people who are in normal family situations, you don't go for Siddhasana, you go for Ardha Siddhasana because you want to keep the door open. So Siddhasana, if you go, the practice will rise to a different level altogether. But that will also bring certain challenges, a certain integrity of who you are, how you live, what you eat, what you do, everything has to be watched. Because when you're trying to stabilize the system, beyond a certain level of what is considered natural and normal, it's normal to breathe, it's normal to eat and drink, it's normal to sleep. One who is buried under the earth, if he sleeps, finished he'll never get up. So 18 days, 20 days, 12 years, somebody doesn't sleep. Because if he sleeps, for sure he's gone. One moment of unawareness, for sure he's gone. By the time you open, his body will be rotting. So, to be a Siddha is a different dimension. There is something called as spirituality and there is something called as fringe spirituality. That means the doors are always open, you can go here, go there, go here, go there. So if I become a Siddha, will I become incapable in the world? Definitely not. You will become super capable. It is just that this system is integrated in such a way, it will have no business with anything else. It is only doing what's needed. It will have no business transaction going. Business transaction is give and take, isn't it? This can do lot of giving, but it cannot do give and take business. It becomes incapable of give and take business. It can radiate things, it can do wonderful things, but it cannot do transaction. This is the basic understanding behind people who are on the spiritual path. First thing that they stop is transaction, you know. I think Jesus said something, you can't serve me and mammon, whatever, what is that?
Man cannot serve two masters.
Hmm?
Man cannot serve two masters.
Yeah. A man cannot serve two masters. That is, he's talking about material things and…
And then he mentions…
Yeah. So, somewhere this awareness is there, whether they have the necessary sadhana and scientific structure to get there or not. The awareness is there everywhere. That is why the first thing they stop is, somebody on the spiritual path means if they do not know how to do any sadhana, they go away. Somebody comes, you offer something, but no transaction. So they withdraw into places where there's no need for transaction, because living in a society you transact, living in a family you transact. It's all a transaction. So, transaction is not just on the level of, I give money so you give some produce to me. It's not just that level. Transaction is happening on a very basic level. So you can transmit, you cannot transact. Once you strengthen the walls of your thing. So on one level, we are talking about loosening the walls, taking off the boundaries. But another level, we are talking about strengthening the boundary. If you completely strengthen the boundary and become free from the existence, you are as good as the creator. So, a yogi who buries himself is not trying to perform a feat, he's not trying to show off, he's trying to master his situation where he is no more a part of the creation. All transaction that is necessary to be a part of the creation is taken away. He is on only because of the glow of that which is the source of creation within himself. Everything else is cut it off. It doesn't matter, there is something within you which is the source of creation, which is making you throb right now as life. But without the transaction with the creation, you cannot exist for a moment. God is beating within you, but if I hold your breath, you're gone, isn't it? Now, he wants to get to a place where this transaction is not necessary, so only that which is the source of creation is his sustenance. So he is not serving two masters, he's truly serving one master. And he's that.